the new enhancements that have been added to 2011 has been emphasized on three main objectives, which are
design faster and more efficiently, enhance support for manufacturing, and improved visualization and collaboration, what you're seeing there. But this time, we'll be having a presentation in a much more interactive way.
In what way is it interactive, Kiran?
Ashwin, I need to plan now because after having a tea, I just got into my mind.
What?
So, just kidding. Being an application engineer, we interact more with the customer and listen to their queries, what we call it as an enhancement request. So today in this session, we'll be seeing some of the enhancements, what we have done in SolidWorks 2011, and how from these, most of the verticals have been benefited.
So then I'll be the customer, since asking questions is easier than answering them.
That's fine then. Then I'll be the VAR representative to answer his question, basically. So let's start.
Kiran, as you know, we are a very old company, and we have a lot of legacy data that is there when we had generated it for a long time now. So we have been working with the old 2D CAD system, and I don't want all these data to go waste, because a lot of time and effort has been put in to generate this data. Is there any way SolidWorks can actually help me to reuse this data in some sort instead of starting from scratch?
Yes, yes, Ashwin. For this kind of requirement, we have a capability of importing 2D data inside SolidWorks. Let me show an example for you where I'll be having a 2D drawing that is importing as a sketch into the SolidWorks. It's not a newly introduced tool because we have in the previous version of SolidWorks also, but what exactly the new enhancements we have bought inside this version of 2011 is basically now it has got a capability of merging overlap entities. That means if there is any repair in the sketch, it automatically, or any overlapping entities, it automatically merges as a single entity now. Also we have something called run repair sketch, which actually takes care of any errors inside the sketch, which is now automatically done, which was done previously through manual method. And the most important thing here is I can now fix the sketch exactly to the origin by specifying the origin where exactly I need to have. So with all these new enhancements that is introduced in 2011, let's see how exactly the model is going to import inside SolidWorks.
That is a nice thing in here. What is that exactly?
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. See, now you can see a repair sketch option that is automatically popping up for me, that along with a magnifying glass, which describes each and every problem in detail that is there in the sketch. Here, I need not to scratch my head to look into these sketches or any errors inside the sketch on my own. Just I need to say, let me go for trim and then do some rectifications here. As and when I click on refresh button, you can see that the number of problems description is keep reducing. All I need to do here is just clean up this sketch exactly where the magnifying glasses takes me, and once if I keep clicking the refresh option, the number of errors keep decreasing. I just need to clean up some of the sketch here, which is nowhere a big headache for me now. That's how I've just ended up with no problems found, and this is how we can import 2D data inside SolidWorks, from which we take into a 3D model much easier and faster than ever before.
Okay, Kiran. Let's say I'm working on a turn part, and I don't want to use the angular dimensions that are there because it makes me a little queasy. So can I use any other reference other than the dimensions, let's say a vertex or maybe a surface, to generate this sort of geometry?
Nice question it is. Basically, you are specifying to the point itself, Ashwin here. And let me take an example of, say, a particular revolve option to explain you this enhancements what we have done. Say now, I'll just go with the revolve surface, and let me take an example of this. But Ashwin, I think you are familiar with by making use of an extrude command and the different ways of terminating it, right?
Basically the up to next and up to body.
Exactly. That means to end the extrude command, we'll be having a lot of flexibility by making use of up to next or up to surface commands inside the extrude option. Now, Though all those consistencies has been extended even for revolve option. Let's take an example of this here. I'll just say revolve. Now you can see if you just drop down, you'll be having all those reference options where you can make use of it. Most oftenly, let me select the face up to which exactly it has to go for a revolve. And of course, as you mentioned, it's quite difficult for me to define a particular angle of inclination or a revolve to go with. How about if I make use of an existing surface or existing reference like a vertex or a surface? I just make use of these options by selecting the vertex, and that's how the preview is obtained for me. So this makes much easier and faster to create your revolve option, what we have got earlier in the extrude command.
That is a very good functionality, Kiran.
And it saves a lot of time for you.
Yes, that's right. So, okay, do you have any other features which has this sort of